Our iPhones are powerful, and they become even more powerful based on all the apps that are available to us. But our apps can get out of control if we let them. I mean, just look at my home screen here. I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 different groups of apps, let alone contacts and mail and phone and message and calendar at the bottom and weather up top and my calendar up on the right hand corner and my clock. But then go to the next page. Look here. I got groups of apps there and individual apps all over the second page. And if I swipe to the left again, there's a new app I've got, Calm. So there are just lots and lots of apps. And again, they're powerful and useful, but it can become overwhelming. There are three things that we need to pay attention to with our apps. The first one is subscriptions. Now, there's subscriptions through the iPhone, and then there's also apps that we're paying for outside of our Apple Store. Example, in this group, the business group, I'm paying for Dropbox, Calendly, Text Expander, and Evernote. Now, I'm paying for those directly to those companies. I'm not paying for them through the Apple App Store. Now, but the other way to pay for an app is what is actually is a subscription. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I go to my settings, in settings, if I go to up top here, Apple account, iCloud, and more, there's a subscription box right there. Click on subscriptions. Now, you can see that I'm paying for Calm. It's $69.99 a year. And I used to pay, that's under active, and under inactive is Apple Podcasts. Now, the reason the Apple Podcast Connect is inactive is because I'm no longer using that. In June of 2024, I decided to no longer have a need for my own podcast. Active and Calm, I just did that as an example to show you that this is what a subscription would look like under your Apple account if you're paying for an app. Now, if I no longer want Calm, I no longer need it, I don't want to pay for it anymore, you got to go to subscriptions, click on Calm, and look, I actually have as a free trial. If I was paying for it, I could cancel the subscription. But at this point, I can cancel the free trial. Now, by the way, experimenting with apps, especially subscription apps, is a great thing to do. But in this case, I had a week to decide if I wanted Calm or not. Now, fortunately, I'm going to cancel it before they bill me. So I'm going to click on cancel. If you cancel the subscription, your service will end on April 2nd. Confirm. And now, if I come back and look, come back out of subscriptions, you'll see that Calm is under active, but it is expiring April 2nd before I have to pay for it. Now let's come out of here. And again, not only through the Apple Store, the App Store, what subscriptions I have, but also remember, pay attention to any other apps that you're paying for. It's like I'm paying for Ring, I'm paying for Blank, I'm not paying for any of the other ones, but you want to pay attention. If you see an app, come back to my business side, that you're paying for, you need to ask yourself, do I need that anymore? And you want to cancel that however you need to cancel it to save money and not waste money. Here's the next thing you need to pay attention to, and that is the permissions that you give your apps. So if I go to my Apple stuff, I go to settings, and I scroll all the way to the bottom, here's apps. Now, on each of these apps, you want to pay attention to what permissions you're giving them. Let's go look at a legacy. A legacy, I'm giving them access to the camera because I take picture of video of deposits. I give them access to Face ID because I have Face ID for login. I can do this. I use cellular data because I may do this outside. But they don't need to know location. They don't need access to Bluetooth. And they don't need to be a background app refresh, which, by the way, turn that off as much as you can because it saves your battery life. Let me look at another one. Let's go look at Facebook. In Facebook, so no location, no contacts. It has full access for my photos so I can upload images I want to access. No Bluetooth. I have the microphone and the camera enabled because sometimes I do videos in Facebook. But if you're not doing videos in Facebook, turn that off. It can't see my calendar. And live activities is turned off. Background is turned off. Again, save your battery. And sometimes I use Facebook on cellular data when I'm outside of my home. I don't have access to Wi-Fi. Again, what I recommend you do is go through your apps and see what permissions you give them. Let me show you another way to look at permissions that apps have. Let's go look at the camera. So I come back out of settings and I go to privacy and security. And then I go down here and I find camera. So here's camera. I have 18 apps that I allow to use the camera. Blink, Chrome, Command IQ doesn't need my camera. Evernote, maybe. Facebook does. Gmail, maybe. Instagram, LinkedIn, Messenger. PayPal may need my camera for Face ID. Ring, maybe for Face ID. TikTok does not need my camera. Waze does not need my camera. X does not need my camera. YMCA of Northwest North Carolina does not need my camera. Now, by the way, any of these I turn off. If I go into the app and discover I need it, I can just simply turn it back on. Let me show you another one. Let's go look at microphone. Here's microphone. Which of these apps need the microphone? Well, ChatGPT doesn't really. Facebook does. Blink, I don't think it does. Alexa does. LinkedIn, Messenger, Ring, Square doesn't need the microphone. TikTok doesn't need it. Wansfield Cloud doesn't need it. So again, you make decisions which apps need access to your camera, your microphone. And look, here's the other really big one. Where's location services? Up top here, location services. These are all the apps that I have location services either disabled or enabled on it. And you can see most of them are disabled. So apps and permissions is the second thing you need to pay attention to. Here's the third thing to pay attention to, and that is value. Do you really need these apps? Do you really need Blood Donor? If you don't need Blood Donor anymore, then what I would suggest you do, if you no longer need that app, you've got to come out of settings and you need to go find Blood Donor. The easiest way to find an app, rather than if you don't remember where it is use two fingers, drag down a little bit, type in blood, and there's the app right there. Now, the easiest way to get rid of it is put your finger on it gently, hold on to it, and then you can scroll down and delete the app, and you can remove it from your cell phone. Three things to pay attention to regarding apps on your cell phone. Number one is subscriptions or services that you're paying for that the app is on your cell phone, and maybe you don't need those subscriptions or services anymore. Second thing is permissions that you give apps to access your location services, your camera, your microphone, your contacts, et cetera, et cetera. And the third thing is the value of the app. If you have an app on here that you're no longer using, that you no longer need, my recommendation would be find the app or go to it, hold your finger on it gently, and then go find remove app or delete app and get it off of your cell phone. I'm Teddy of Techno for Seniors. I hope this is helpful for you.